Now here we have them being welcomed out onto the track. One of your favorites there, Gabriela RUEDA, 2 golds to her name from these games already. It was a strong performance from Letelier. Can never count out Ecuador. Vargas already with a medal, and this woman, well, she looks focused, doesn't she? She has a gold and a silver from these games. 4th place at World Championships. Now, Andreas, interestingly, we have the top 3, the top 4, in fact, and as I'm looking down my list, we have the top 5 from the World Championships. I mean, this is a stellar field.
Yeah, it's amazing, but it will be a completely different race to the races on the road, because you have this 200-meter track with narrow corners. That will be good for those who are not as much weight as they have. And also it will be the wheels at the end. So the teams were testing much yesterday, and I saw them testing at the end. The Italian wheels, the Mariani, and the German wheels, the Manau, are the best for it, and you will see them racing today. And at the end we will see who wins the wheel lottery.
Well, this sounds like it's a bit of a tech race as well as very much a matter of mind and body. We're on the start line, we are underway. This, the women's points race for the 5,000 meters. We'll explain the points as we go, but we have a little moment to catch our breath before we really get into the action. So it's 25 laps of this track. After 21, we hear the bell and the points start to be accrued. What are we expecting to see in these first few laps, Andreas?
Yeah, of course, the formation is now very important to find the right position, and some of the girls will go on the first points, some of the girls will go on the middle points and the last points. And so those who would like to go on the first points will be in front now. So they try to go at the front of the field and not waiting until it goes on, because if you wait too long, then the points are gone.
And we've seen interesting tactics come into play on the road. This is a completely new day, a new event. We are the 3rd day of racing. Will fatigue be starting to play a bit of a part in this race and in the athletes' performance?
Yeah, of course, this time it's different. We have better temperatures, we don't have this crazy sunshine, and I think it's very, very good for the athletes, and we will see much faster races than before.
Well, here the tempo has just been upped, because the next time these athletes come across the finish line, it will be the first lot of points being awarded. So to remind you how the points work, the first across the line will get 2, the second across the line gets 1 point, everybody else will take 0. So we have our first points collected by Johan Geerts, Belgium. She went out at the start making her point, but interestingly, Gabriela RUEDA is going to be the one to watch here.
Of course, she's trying to get the point at the beginning, in the middle, and she's one of the big favorites of the race.
Number 70, number 61.
Well, this is a matter of attrition, and at the moment we're just going to see the points sort of quite spread out, and later on we'll start to see a few almost battling for the medals as it hots up.
And it's interesting to see, so Katarina Kainova, she didn't do anything on the street, she crashed, and now you see she's back and she took 1 point, and also
Patinagem, who just took 2 points from Austria there.
Dominika Gardi, also 1 point.
It's
see what's going on.
It feels very spread out at the moment, but if you just notice, there is that notable yellow jersey of Gabriela RUEDA, who's just always there, isn't she? She's almost quietly doing it, just racking up those points, and we'll start to see in a moment that I think she might be the first one to start to almost open up a tiny bit of a lead. Just 1 point there, but if she keeps doing that, we do see VARGAS SARMIENTO from Ecuador, the other yellow jersey on the track. And here...
So this is a dangerous period in the race. So 3 skaters are going away from the field. Nobody is joining them, so now they have to be super careful. But now I see the French skater getting back to them 3 so that they can't disappear.
Well, that's interesting. It's Chang who's at the front of the field. She is the reigning world champion in this competition. A very different style of event with only 1 athlete per nation, so there's no teamwork to go on here. But do keep an eye on the athlete from Chinese Taipei. Also keep an eye on this woman, Marine Lafleur. She has been in top form, and she showed great tactics early on in the 10K points race.
So she took her first 2 points, and this was very, very important. But there are so many points to collect, and you have to have the right tactics for it, otherwise you will fail.
This is the first time that we have seen the best of Guo Zhang at the front of the field. but she just eased off, and I'm not sure she actually got any points. She did the work, and she was just third across the line, and that's worth nothing.
Yeah. You see, Larissa is now in very good shape. I think she took a little bit out in the last race, and she would like to compete on the track. She's a track girl, I would like to say, and now we see it.
57, 2 points. 21, 1 point.
Adding up. This is the first time we've seen Lianne van Loon at the front of the pack. Still no one really making any dominant action yet. It almost feels as though they're happy to share some of the work and share some of the points. And I imagine this is going to start to change as the race goes on.
Yeah. It's a complete different race to the point race on the street. You see so many skaters have points now, and this is now amazing. It's hard to count, and it's also hard for the referees to know who's in front. And now it's really hard for the skaters, for example. They have to count by themselves. They can't rely on the trainers, on everyone, so it's not easy.
It is very loud here in the track, so yes, they won't be able to hear. But we do have a leader at the moment, Marine Lefebvre, a French woman. She was successful. You're saying it's a very different style of racing, but we know that she's got that tactical mind. Here she comes again, around the outside. This is someone starting to put their mark on the race here.
And you hear the audience when the Chinese lady is in front, and it's perfect. I think this is super good for her. This is like another point for her, and we will see what's going on with the Chinese lady.
Guo, with 9 points, has just taken the lead, and the crowd are starting to go wild. We can hardly hear ourselves speak here. She's just added another, she just outside the points on that lap. She'll be tucking back in a moment. Still out in front, Marine Lefebvre comfortably in second, and I did expect to start seeing more points by Gabriela RUEDA. The Colombian not desperate to make a move yet.
We have to wait. I think her tactics is the end of the race, and she will compete there. And you see now, she's falling. No, she's still in the field, so let's wait.
Again, a strong performance by Lianne van Loon. She's done quite a bit of work at the front and almost trying to speed things up here.
Now they see a little breakaway from the, I think it's a skater from Ecuador, yes. But she's really strong, and this is something dangerous for the field, because, you know, now someone has to do the work for the field.
And this is the difference when we have just one athlete per nation, and it is Gabriela VARGAS. Bronze medal in the 10K points race on the road, and she is making mark, 5th at the World Championships. And are we seeing a bit of a move happening here? She got some points to work up, and she's actually starting with her first lot of 2 points, but it doesn't take many laps for that to add up.
This is really hard. So see 19 of 22 rounds. And for Larissa, it's very important now to get the points now. If she wants to have a medal, she must do something now.
I think it's very much a matter for all of them who've got to start to act, and we are seeing a splintering of this group. And here goes the woman we had our eyes on early on. Gabriela RUEDA is just starting to lead that chase back.
It's now an amazing race, tactical full, and I can't bet what's going on at the end.
Well, there is Larissa GAISER with her first set of 2 points, and she is realizing she's got to start to make a move at the front, but hot on her heels. Gabriela RUEDA is not going to let her out of sight.
She's doing the 2 points. Wow, that was very, very important to get it.
Well, she is still just on 3, and we'll see the overall standings in a moment. Well, we're waiting for the final standings after that, and that confirms that Guo Dan from the People's Republic of China has just won the gold medal in front of her home crowd. That is an incredible performance. She did the work midway through. The crowd got behind her, and Guo Dan is your new champion at this World Games in the women's points race, the 5,000 meters. We'll await the final confirmation of the full standings. It is a matter of doing the maths in this race, and we have to wait and see.
Yeah, and you see the emotions here for the skaters to win a medal here. This is something unique, something really, really big, and I think all of them were crying on the podest in the ceremony, and it's nice to see these are only humans, and they really appreciate to get a medal here.
Well, that ended up an incredibly exciting climax. Those extra points awarded at the end. just made the difference. Valentina Letelier won a bronze in the 15,000.
And this is what they are doing, and they want to be 100% clear. And if they make a mistake, you know, it will be very bad.
We're just going to get a little glimpse of some of the action as it unfolded. Great to see Canova back on the track after that stumble on day one. She wasn't looking too comfortable day two. This day three of the speed skating. And some athletes finding their groove, some showing signs of fatigue.
Attention please, now we'll open the track.
You see the dynamics of this sport, and you see how hard you really have to go for only 2 points or 1 point.
You can just see there, that's a lovely slow motion of how close they are. And it's amazing that there was no mistakes made in the sense of any falls, any accidents when they're racing at such speed on the track, so close behind one another. And I think until you see those slow motion shots, or until you're here in person, it's hard to fathom just the skill of these athletes.
As well, and he has many experiences, and he don't want to give a wrong result out. That's very important.
I don't think right now anyone would want his job. The pressure on the head referee. The career of these athletes, the importance, what difference a gold medal can make.
She's smiling.